Good morning. The day that you shall see this, it will be December 25th, Christmas Day. Today's podcast is entitled Breakthrough and Other Things, because there's a lot of other things that I put in here. The message. When we as humans want and need a breakthrough, we tend to look for the world for answers. It sometimes can be the wrong answers to the problem area in our life. The world sometimes tends to give sugar-coated answers to the problems because they don't want to offend you. I'd rather be offended by the cold hard truth versus the one that is sugar-coated. Also, at times we need to let the cold hard truth marinate for a while for us to understand it. For the truth hurts less than a lie. For a lie is a constant open wound that never heals. For as the truth will hurt, but it heals. There is a true living and loving God who has the right answers for what we need. His name is Jesus Christ. He always gives the best advice and answers for what we need. Breakthrough happens at times very slow and very long waiting times, which can get discouraging and can cause you to lose faith and hope. I know this personally. I'd asked God to set me free from something for years. It is finally happening. Breakthrough can come in many different ways. Your deliverance of something that has kept you stuck and bound can be your breakthrough. Another way is an idea God gives you for having you start your own business or ministry, whatever it may be. But make sure that you are prepared and ready to do these things. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for failure. And what I mean by that, you don't want to go into something that you have no idea what the heck you're doing, in a way. But if God gives you something to do and He does do it, doesn't matter if you're prepared or not, that's okay. Then just do it. But when it comes to business, you need to know a little bit what you're doing. Do your research, make sure you find the right place to do your business, make sure you know where you get, make sure you know your products, make sure it's high quality, not low quality stuff that you're buying for your business. Especially when you're making stuff, because you don't want low quality items because they won't sell. Like low quality ingredients or whatever, they will not sell that well. Probably, but anyways. Also, make sure that you have the right people to help you with your business idea, or if you are doing your ministry, or whatever it is that you, or whatever it may be. Make sure you have the right ones to lead you in the right direction. Otherwise, they'll steer you in the wrong direction, and it can. Okay, and you can start your ministry on your own, and the Lord God will put the right people to lead and guide you, and same goes for your business, etc., and whatever it may be. Breakthrough doesn't always seem like a good thing at times because it can mean some people you will have to leave behind on your journey, because they can end up being the ones that give you the wrong advice or end up holding you back from going forward. And breakthrough is letting go of the way you used to do things. To make to make way, okay, in order to make way for a new way of doing things, which can sometimes seem strange to you. In regards to those that you may have to let go to go forward, I didn't let my family be a part of the journey, knowing that they could end up holding me back. Was it hard? Yes, and actually, I started when I was really young. I was probably about close to being a teenager at the time when I started my journey with the Lord, and yeah. Anyways, was it hard? Yes, absolutely, but it was well worth it. And at the time, my family was very toxic. I would say that much. When this shall air, it will be Christmas. So, with it being the Christmas season, Take time to reflect and spend time with family and with those who care and love you. Then come up with many goals to start throughout the new goals to start the new year, and make sure your goals make your goals a little bigger throughout and make your goals a little bigger throughout the new year, and make sure that they are meaningful goals, the ones that are going to be something you can accomplish. Don't make goal an impossible goal. And you may notice that I mentioned before that there are people more than once where I mentioned people you'll have to leave behind to do so. It doesn't mean you have to cut your friendships. It doesn't mean that. It just means that you can't invite them in certain parts of your life during that time because of what it will do to you. Because what I mean by they can hold you back, they can give you some advice that may sound good, but there can be issues with that. You want to make sure that's the right advice. That's what I mean. Because if you don't have the right advice going forward or the right things to push you forward, you're not going to get there. But I'm going to tell you with goals, make sure that they're not too big and ones that you can accomplish. Because I used to make goals that were really way too big and out of my league. And as you may see, maybe it's actually kind of snowing, actually. I don't know if you guys can see that, but anyways. Yeah, I'm at the park again recording, and that's where I do all my recordings, because it's free from all distractions. Anyways. And with family, with my family in particular, because I didn't get along with a lot of my family. I did it, then I just kind of was not the greatest trying to get along with people. But I can tell you from my point of view and what I've had to go through and walk through, the people you just can't trust. And the ones you don't, but it's okay. But you can learn to trust them down the road, which is fine. Some people are not trustworthy at first. Some people take time. Sometimes they require you to help them to be trustworthy sometimes. Because sometimes they don't understand that. Like my mom, she's finally starting to understand a little bit about that. Let me explain something to you. To you guys and girls who watches this. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're an adult. I don't care if you're 70 some years old. I don't care. What I mean is by some things is how do I put this? By experience, personally. Sometimes we for long breakthroughs, because sometimes we get discouraged. Because I've heard all this stuff, oh, blah, 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 it's going to happen now, it's going to happen now, it's going to happen now. And I'm like, okay, I've been holding on, believing the word, believing the word, believing the word. When is it going to happen? Okay? Because sometimes you got to do action. Sometimes you just have to sit there and be patient. It's not simple to be patient when you're waiting for something for. See. 27. Okay, hold on. Figure out about 9 or 10. So for 17 years, almost 18 years now, I waited and waited for God to remove something out of my life because it was a burden to me. And my breakthrough is getting that removed out of my life, and I'm losing all desires for that thing that's held me back. I lost most of my desires for it. I still have a little bit that I'm dealing with yet of the desires, which is, I believe, is fumes, because that's all that's left. And what I mean with people getting sometimes it may seem like the right advice. And make sure that, and one thing I would say, make sure that they're mature. They're not giving you immature advice, because there'll be those that say, oh, I know what you're going through, or I know how to deal with the situation, here's what you need to do with it, blah, 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 in that situation. And they actually don't know the dang thing that you're talking about, because they don't. Some people do, others don't. I know a lot of things. I know what it's like to see a parent lose a child. I watched it. Person, because I was there helping I helped her through the up to the end. And the last part was the easy, which actually was nice. There was not much to do, but the hard part was watching the person that you, which is my aunt, pass on. It was very hard for me. I knew for a long time she was not going to make it, and it was sad because I loved my aunt Carrie. She was an aunt to me, but during the last, I'd say, last year of her life, yes, year and a half, she became more of, and during her cancer that she has, well, did have, I should say, that spread to the rest of her body. And I want to share this with you. I'm going to share a little tip for anyone. Oh, and yeah, you probably can see the snow now coming through. But what I recommend is if you know of anyone is dealing with the constant side pain that just comes and goes, but it's repeated, go get checked out because it may not, especially if you're a woman, it may be breast cancer. My aunt had it, came and go because it felt like kidney stone. Okay, came went, but when we found out it was cancer when she collapsed in the bathroom. I came home from work and I couldn't understand why, and I saw Carrie try to walk and boom, she couldn't even move any further. Her back partially collapsed because it could no longer hold itself. The cancer had destroyed the vertebrae there and destroyed the disc, and but she was the bravest person I never met. Someone like my aunt, she was disabled cognitively and stuff, but she was very, 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 very brave. I mean, I don't think I'd be that brave to go fix me. Okay, I don't care how much pain I'm in. I don't think I'm that brave enough to go underneath the knife. She said, "Fix me, fix my back." So they did. It was supposed to be a short, crazy, somewhat long surgery. It ended up being a very long surgery because they had to do more. When they got in, they found out there's more to it than they saw. They thought they would have to do. They were trying to move the cancer, much cancer from her spinal cord, but they found out more and stuff. But the sad part is when they found out, it was stage 4 already. And they said she was already dealing with cancer a long time ago. We didn't know the signs. And they said, you wouldn't have known. How would you have known when she doesn't show any pain? But that kid has large pain tolerance. And as you can now see, the snow coming through. But take time to love and cherish your family. I don't care if they're the most text friend, that's okay. There's always a new family. Sometimes family starts with you. But I'm asking that you enjoy your holidays and happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is to you, Merry Christmas, Satan's greetings, whatever it is to you. And I just think, the Lord for allowing me to do this, to bless people. And I'll see you again. Well, the next we've seen it will be in the new year.